Right, we're back. So, we're still talking about this Wolves versus Newcastle game. We talked about Pope. Now we're still going to move a little bit further forward to talk about that defence. Now, our man, he's my man as well, Kieran Trippier. Now, he did set off the whole catalyst of people coming to the club and all the rest of it now, but we've got to treat him fairly. Did he have a stinker on the weekend, and does he need to be rotated? I'm going to not use dropped, I'm going to say, does he need to be rotated?
You're shocking.
I got him.
You're shocking. I don't want to drop him because he's my best friend, but I'll rotate him because I think he just needs a bit of rotation, needs a bit of time for himself.
He does. Listen.
Why can you not say he needs to be dropped?
All right, does he need to be dropped? Does Kieran, if you're watching, I love you, man. You're great, bro. But again, you know you had a bit of a stinker, though. Come on. Does he need to be dropped?
He needs to be rotated. No, in all seriousness, look, he didn't play very well. I think it was arguably first half in particular was probably his worst half of football I've seen. I couldn't believe how many times he gave the ball away. The pressure that Wolves were putting on him to make sure that the ball had to be almost perfect. But this is like a bigger situation or a bigger deal in the sense that I thought the whole team were just knackered. Like, I'm physically drained. Yeah. However, when you've got someone like Tino Livramento who has started pretty well in the games that he's played, like man of the match against Manchester City, had Jack Grealish in his pocket, that's a great sight to see in terms of a young player. However, we're still talking about Kieran Trippier. We're talking about a player, I think only Neto has more assists than him in the Premier League this season. You know, he's constantly man of the match for Newcastle. If you look at your fantasy Premier League teams, if you speak to pundits out there, the good thing about this week is the fact that we have got Manchester United on Wednesday.
Only Manchester United who need to prove themselves. But
the thing is, it's a good test all round, because if you just take it away from the fact that it's a League Cup last 16 tie, and to be fair, I'm going into this game thinking Newcastle can actually win it. I think the fact that if it's a draw, goes to penalties, I think that kind of like is almost a safety net, as well. But I would like to see Tino Livramento start. I think he does start because Kieran Trippier is needed. I think he needs a full week's rest for the Arsenal and Dortmund matches, because that's going to be two really, really difficult games. But he is a player that we rely on so much.
A lot. But we rely on him a lot, a hell of a lot. Like for free kicks, for corners, obviously a captain on the pitch when Lascelles is not around, obviously.
He is the captain, let's be honest.
Yeah, he is the captain, okay. But going back to the point now, Trippier does get picked out a lot. Like the games that I've come to and watched, whether it be in person or on the TV or whatever, he does get picked out because some may say he might be not the quickest no more. Let's be honest. I know we've got Dan Burn on the other side, so
I wouldn't say pace is what I would associate with Kieran Trippier. I think his pace is fine, if I'm honest.
I think sometimes maybe because he's too far at the pitch, maybe that's the reason why they picked down that side.
But then you got Sean Longstaff, who does a lot of donkey work and running and decides to, I'll just stay back a little bit. But in all seriousness, Kieran Trippier, we were all, I wouldn't say we're undecided thinking, is this going to work? But for £12 million, it's probably the best deal we've done.
Yeah.
I think him and Bruno would argue that. I know Bruno's cost more, but they've both been excellent signings. But look, Kieran Trippier for me is a leader on the pitch. I think he's probably one of the main leaders off the pitch as well. He sets the standards. He is what Eddie Howe wants in a captain, if you like. But for me, you can't drop him, but he's again.
Hold on. You did say you was going to drop him though.
I said he would rotate him for the Man United game.
He's a violent. See, look what he does. See what he does.
But he has to, doesn't he? Because it's a league. Like, say, unfortunately, I feel like I say this every year, but the League Cup's not important. Newcastle League Cup's not important, apart from last year, where the League Cup was important because of the fact that we did so well and we had nothing else to play for, essentially. But in this season for Eddie Howe, I don't think it is the biggest competition. I think they want to try and get into the Champions, try and get as far as they can in the Champions League, try and get back into the Champions League next season by finishing probably in the top 5. It's going to be very, very difficult, but a man who will be so instrumental to that is Kieran Trippier, because he is, again, our biggest outlet. Every team I've seen tries to target Dan Burn.
Yeah.
And they let Kieran Trippier do what he wants to an extent, because they go, we can stop him a little bit, but we're still going to find his quality shines in the sense that he will still find balls in areas of the pitch that we don't really have in another option. But Tino Livramento, we've not seen many I think maybe he's played 2 or 3 games for Newcastle.
I was going to say, like, what are you thinking? If you're Tino Livramento, you've had an absolute stormer against Man City. You've just been brought in. You're playing regular first team football at Southampton, albeit until you got injured and all the rest of it. Now, it's only so long you could be like sitting on the bench thinking, I want a bit of this.
Yeah, but he's young. He's still 21, 22 years old, and he's learning off one of the best fullbacks. Like I would say only Kyle Walker is better than Kieran Trippier in my opinion in the Premier League at right back.
Yeah.
And I think that's no disrespect to Kieran Trippier. It's just Kyle Walker is that good.
Yeah.
But you've got someone like Tino Livramento who can learn off Kieran Trippier in terms of how he behaves on the pitch, how he recovers, how he plays, how he thinks it essentially on the football pitch. But the one thing I like Livramento is that he's very similar to Trippier in the fact that he likes to stretch out. He likes to essentially drive. Essentially, how Kieran Trippier does, he has that quality with the ball as well. I still think there's probably a lot that he needs to improve on, but because we haven't seen a lot of him, we don't know what he needs to improve on.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But I'm not worried about Kieran Trippier having a bad performance. Look, it happens. Not every single Newcastle player is going to be unbelievable week in, week out. It's just that we're so used to it with Kieran Trippier because he's been that good since he's walked through the door.
Yeah, I get it. But okay, hypothetically speaking, Tino Livramento has another man of the match performance against Manchester United. We dumped them at the Cup, thank God. Does he deserve to get another start after that? Because he's had 2 good games, albeit back-to-back, against 2 Manchester clubs. Yep. Does he deserve another game?
He deserves another game, but he won't get one in front of Kieran Trippier unless he gets injured, because Kieran Trippier is that good. And that's not a bad thing to Tino Livramento. It's just he's just got to keep on knocking on the door. And the thing is, he will get opportunities. He will play Premier League games this season, no doubt about it. It's just too many games. You can't expect Kieran Trippier to not pick up a niggle, to not pick up an injury in a season. If he does, it'd be very surprising. It's the same with every player. We've seen already this season that Isak's picked up a niggle, Wilson's picked up a niggle. There's other players that have, like Botman's picked up a niggle, so there is players that are out. He will get his opportunity. It might just take a little bit longer for him to get an opportunity. Like we've not even mentioned Lewis Hall yet. Lewis Hall's not had an opportunity really. He's played one game where he was playing out of position. So that for me is just another debate. But Livramento will get opportunities. There's no doubt about that.
All right, last try. Is there a world where Trippier and Livramento can play in the same team at the same time? Does it have to be one in, one out?
Trippier could play left back. He's that good. And that's why we can't drop him. I think it just depends if Dan Burn gets. This is the thing, we've got so many left backs, but we've had this debate before.
We've got more left backs than strikers.
We do. We've got Dan Burn, you've got Matt Targett, you've got Kieran Trippier who can play left back. We don't know if Livramento can play left back.
Probably, yeah.
Possibly, you never know.
Yeah.
Lewis Hall, not even mentioned him yet. It can happen. Of course it can happen. But what is Kieran Trippier's strongest position? It's right back, and if you want your best players playing in their best positions.
All right, Trips, look, if you're watching again, I'm not trying to get rid of you, mate. Look, I want you to remain at the club for a long while.
I'm really sorry for really...
Friends! But at the same time, I've got to ask the question. People, let us know, as always, in the comment section below. Does Trippier deserve to get dropped? He had a bit of a stinker against Wolves, but again, he's been solid throughout his time at Newcastle United. And Livramento, if you're watching, Tino, my guy, come on, man, I'm down for you. This guy, he's just hating against you, bro. But anyway, let us know in the comment section below. See you soon.